What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. And yesterday I made a prediction. And, well, let's just see if that prediction came true. So today we have Sneak Peek 3. Greetings, ages. This is Senior Fragment of Marvel Future Fight. They have raised their swords for the future of mutant kind. As one of the original members of X-Force, this Omega level mutant also has new weapons in both his hands. Are you prepared for his astonishing features, from plasma bombs to a flying psychokinetic sword? And then they show Kid Cable, which everybody feels a certain way about this. Personally, I don't really care for it. I don't really like Kid Cable because it just doesn't feel like Cable. I like the rugged old man look, but it is what it is. And there are some other things that people feel a certain kind of way about, but we'll talk about that after we watch this. So we're just going to jump on YouTube and watch this because on my emulator, for some stupid reason, I can't watch this. Look, now, did you see it? Did you see it? We will come back to that. We will come back to that. But I like the sound of this video. I like the way the sword sounds. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. So we're going to go ahead and drop this playback speed to 0.25, right? And we're going to go down to... And boom. Now look. You guys see that? Did you see that? Actually, this showed up in the very first screen whenever you log into your game, a picture of Cable with this tier 3 symbol on the wall. So I called it. I told all of you. I knew this was going to happen because they had to do this. They had to give him a tier 3 because if they didn't, then he wouldn't be as relevant. Because this is Marvel Null Fight, everybody wants to fight Null because that's where the best rewards are at. This is what they have to do. They have to give tier 3s. They have to give awakened skills. They have to. Otherwise, people just aren't going to care as much about these characters. I knew they were going to queue this up. In a way, it's kind of a shame that they're doing it when we get Kid Cable. And if you're a fan of Kid Cable, that's awesome. Congratulations. I think that's fantastic. We all should have, our favorite characters get some spotlight. If this is your favorite version of him, that's great. It's just weird to me, right? It's just weird that probably his most powerful version is going to be Kid Cable. It's just very strange. But as we always say, it is what it is. Now let's read these comments. So if we scroll down here. Kid Cable tier 3. Interesting. Luckily, I didn't buy the summer uniform. Yeah, that's another thing. There's people that are upset because they bought the summer uniform and then they throw in this uniform. Well, let me throw out a little something at you guys. It has been 6 months since the Summer Days uniform was introduced into the game. 6 months. That's a long time, guys. Honestly, they've done things in the past where it was a lot faster than that. I mean, back in the day, whenever Agent Venom first showed up into the game, he was the meta in ABX, and then it wasn't even, a month later, I think, a month, maybe 2 months, and then they brought in Wolverine with the first mutant update of the game. And guess who replaced Agent Venom? Wolverine. Absolutely destroyed him. The meta changed so fast back in the day, it wasn't even funny. A month or 2 months after a uniform or character was brought in, then we'd get a new meta. So 6 months, honestly, isn't a massive deal. It's really not. I mean, we did have to pay full price. That sucks, but nobody was forced to do it. I wasn't forced to do it. I had the Summer Days uniform. Nobody was forced to do it. You didn't have to do it. You might have felt some kind of pressure if you were ABX competitive to buy it, but no one is forced to do it. No one's making you spend your money or spend your crystals on anything. And the fact that it took 6 months before we got another uniform, yeah, there's other characters that should get love, absolutely. And I am in a way, I really wanted to see maybe Betty get a tier 3 because she's just cheaper, right? She's a native tier 1. She's not a native tier 2. That's kind of the bad thing about this because, Cable's a native tier 3. However, I bet you guys money that he's still going to be insane, even without this uniform, with his tier 3 skill against Null. I bet you money. I'm going to call that right now, too. I bet you we're going to be able to do clears with Cable without the Kid Cable uniform. We'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. But for me, I have no problem with them giving him a uniform 6 months after the last uniform, the Summer Days uniform. I have no problem with it. I'm just glad he's getting a tier 3 so we can actually use him against Null because he has an insanely great leadership with the ignore target dodge, which is kind of a bit of a theme in this update because Gambit also has ignore dodge in his leadership, and that's really going to be helpful. And then, yeah, I'm glad he's getting a tier 3, but that's another native tier 2. Yeah, my resources are gone. Luckily, though, we can use feathers, which is something we're not using much of at all. Although, yeah, we're going to be using them for Gambit and who knows who else. Don't leave Juggernaut behind. He has been in the game and never got a uniform. Yeah, that's true. He isn't a mutant, even though the game says he's a mutant. He isn't. His powers come from magic. Freaking retarded how they did him. But okay, whatever. I just want a new outfit for Psylocke. Yeah, I know a lot of people are really praying. Honestly, man, all three of these ladies, oh, if there's something came for them, that would be dope, and still could. They're very well still could be because these are all three of these girls are fan favorites, and I know personally, I would love to see this. I would flip out. But again, if Psylocke and Jubilee and Rogue don't get awakened skills, which honestly, guys, that could happen. That very well could happen. You know, Gambit getting awakened skill. We all know that they're going to give 2 more characters an awakened skill. This has been a theme in all the updates we've been getting. So it is very possible. Now, Jubilee's a paywall, but Rogue isn't. And Psylocke would be insane. Like, all these characters would be absolutely insane. Like, even Psylocke with her current uniform, if she didn't get a uniform, if she had an awakened skill, she would be freaking strong. She would be freaking strong. And really, Rogue might actually do pretty good as well. She'll definitely do good in the regular world bosses with an awakened skill because she's already got a good uniform. Jubilee actually wouldn't be too bad. She'd be okay. But I don't think these two would be really good for Null with an awakened skill because Rogue relies on a lot of all defense down, and Jubilee just doesn't quite have the damage unless the awakened skill just did a crap ton of damage. But Psylocke, I think there's potential there. I think there's massive potential there for her to do well, even without a uniform, although we know they would give her a uniform because it's all about making money. It's a business. It's all about making that moolah. Still would prefer the summer days because of looks. Yeah, a lot of people feel the same way. I mean, I'm on that train too. I prefer the old look, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's the thing is, whenever we get these new uniforms or, you know, or we get a character and maybe they're not the traditional look, right? Maybe they look different. Maybe it's a newer thing. Some of us are always going to feel some way about that. We're always going to want our traditional character looks, but there's a lot of fans out there that might have just started reading comics, or maybe they just like the newer looks. So I think really it's a balance for everybody because let's be honest, we get a lot of uniforms and character models in this game that a lot of traditionalists really love, and it's nice to actually see other characters that aren't exactly traditional looks get love as well because there's fans of those too. And the game needs to really, you know, cater to everybody. It needs to cater to everybody to bring more people in to want to play it. So I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't like it that much, but I'm fine with it. It's all good. The sword looks dope as F. You know it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Damn right, man. Damn right. You hope Rachel Gray? Yeah. That would be pretty cool. Well, he doesn't look like he's dead. That's funny. That is good. That's a good one. Let's go. That is hilarious. I can't buy 3 uniforms. We need crystals. Oh, man. So freaking cool. Glad I didn't buy the summer uni, but I just unequipped a CTP of energy to give to Moonstone. Damn. Yeah. Unfortunately, I even saw comments in my last video talking about this. A lot of people, you know, they weren't using Cable because he wasn't good for Null, you know, and the people that are trying to fight Null, they want to take their most powerful CTPs, which CTP of Energy is a very powerful CTP, then they want to put it on another character that's just better. And Moonstone, in this case, is. She's insane for the damn thing. I mean, there's players that's already done stage 9 against Null with Moonstone. That is crazy. That is crazy, insane power. I've done stage 8 with her. So, I mean, she is just, with a CTP of energy, she is absolutely a monstrous character. So they're going to take their CTPs off and put them on. Now he gets his tier 3 and everybody's like, crap, we're going to have to freaking put a CTP of energy back on him. We're going to have to pay the 600 crystals, unequip it, put it back on him, which sucks. But unfortunately, that's just the name of the game. That's a chance we all take when we unequip CTPs. I know a lot of people took advantage of the 50% off on equipping CTPs that we had a little while back, and now they're, going to get screwed a little bit. I mean, unfortunately, that's just the nature of games. That's just the way it goes. We all take chances when we do those things, including myself. Luckily, I still kept my CTP of energy on Cable because I use him for ABX and he can max out the score, which, by the way, all that's going to change. All that's going to change. In this update, they're going to be addressing the ABX issues. Or you watch, they'll probably increase the cap or they're going to do something. But I'm betting they're just going to increase the cap because that's what they always do, because it's lazy and easy, and that's Netmarble's way, unfortunately, when it comes to that. Yeah, tier 3 Cable. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you guys, you might not even need his uniform. You might not need his uniform at all. He might be a total monster, even without the Summer Days uniform, because he's going to get extra stats. He's going to be a whole lot stronger. He's going to have a tier 3 skill. We will see. We will see. Let's jump into the game. Now, when it comes to this guy, I'm pretty sure they're not going to give him Pierce. I bet money. I'd almost bet money. They're definitely going to do it for Deadpool. I shouldn't say definitely, but I'm pretty much betting. Because Deadpool always gets the crazy, insane meta stuff. And Gambit, I think it's a possibility. I think it's a possibility because of how strong he was when he came into the game. And Cable really is the same thing, but Cable he just has such raw damage. And I think they're just going to make that uniform just do a crap ton of hits. He's probably going to have some insane damage accumulation. I mean, currently right now in the Summer Days uniform, he has this damage accumulation with 0.7%. They might give him a damage accumulation with plus 1%, similar to Null, Moonstone, these other characters, to give him that insane damage accumulation. We know they're going to increase the ABX score, guys. We know they will. And a lot of people are using Doctor Strange right now, but if they increase that ABX score, it's going to be much more difficult, and Cable's probably going to be your guy. He's going to have the tier 3. He's going to have the ignore target dodge rate in his, from his leadership, which is going to make him really great against Null, but also it's going to make him really great against the paralyzed season against the Beast, because the Beast increases his dodge as he does its roars. And whenever you're playing with Cable, you don't even have to switch your damn character, because with the CTB of energy, you actually have, you can get 40% ignore dodge, and with the 50% ignore dodge leadership, that's 90% ignore dodge. You never even have to switch your character, at least during the paralyzed season. And when he has a tier 3 and all them extra stats, oh my God. I mean, he's just going to be nuts. Oh, I'm actually very interested to see how strong he's going to be. And really, guys, I mean, with this uniform, or like with one of these other uniforms, maybe even his base kit, I still think he's going to be insane. I've done videos in the past with Cable where he didn't use his uniforms, still could do one-shots, with his base kit, all that stuff. And he was still insanely strong. The guy's been super damn strong ever since the beginning. So you might not even need the uniform. Obviously, it's probably going to be better. It's going to do more damage, because if it isn't better, then nobody's going to want to buy it. So they got to incentivize us. They got to motivate us to buy it, especially since it's the Kid Cable look, because there's a pretty good portion of the player base that I'm seeing that doesn't care for it. So if they make it really strong, right, then people are going to buy it anyways because of power creep, and they just want the strongest characters, especially when they're facing Null. And if you're ABX competitive, you're probably going to want it because you're going to get the max ABX score. I called it, guys. I knew it. I knew they were going to freaking give this guy a freaking tier 3. It was the inevitable, and honestly, it's about time. Finally we can use some other resources to level him up, like feathers and Macron crystals. And I'm okay with that. It does suck. He's a native tier 2. He does cost more, which is a real bummer. It means more CCF. That's a bum deal. But you never know. Maybe in the mid-month patch, maybe Psylocke will get a tier 3. We'll talk more about this, especially when we get to see the live stream tomorrow, which is going to be around 10 o'clock a.m. GMT plus 7 time for me, and I will be live streaming it so we can all watch it together and make our judgment calls on what we think about it. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to hide some things and not show us some stuff. We'll see if they show us timeline, if they show us the Alliance Conquest, and maybe we can get some hints or some new uniforms or maybe new characters that are coming to the game. So let me know how you're all feeling about Cable getting his tier 3. Personally, I'm very excited for it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.